Okay, who is ready to take back Kansas? Yeah? Okay, a little loud. So I'm sure you're picking up on a theme tonight. We want you to get out there and vote. We want you to vote in November. We want you to change things in our state. I'm Stephanie Harsin. I'm a special education teacher from Topeka. I sometimes work with the most challenging and hardest working kids in the school. These are children who have not had success in school and sometimes not in life. They can feel hopeless and overwhelmed. I spend my time showing them why they are too important for us to give up on. In many ways, this kind of feels like voting in our state. Really and truly. We feel hopeless, we feel overwhelmed. What are we going to do about this mess? You see, many of us stay home and we don't vote. Both parties are alike, we say. Our vote doesn't matter. They will do what they want to anyway. I wouldn't accept that from my students, and I will not accept that from you. You see those students who don't have enough to eat, don't get enough to sleep, have severe vision problems, speech problems, their brains work slower than the average person's. They're not giving up. They come back every day and they keep trying. Many end up beating the odds in my school and improve their reading, writing, and math by 2 or 3 grade levels. But more importantly, they leave knowing they have accomplished something. Thank you for making me a better reader and a math genius. Thank you for believing in me. I will never forget what I learned here. These are the words of some of my students at the end of last year. Their hope, strength, and hard work are a testament to all of the good that is possible in our state and schools. They keep me grounded and focused on what is right. Are you ready to take back Kansas for them? What does this have to do with voting and you and me? I'm going to make the connection really clear. When I meet with some legislators, they say things, and not all of them, because we have some great ones out here, I do want to recognize that. But some of them say things like special education students aren't worth the investment. They tell me, knowing who I am, that. Kids from single-parent families won't make it in school. We're throwing our money away. Tell that to students with autism that I've taught who went from first grade level in math to pre-algebra in 3 years. Do the students I describe sound like a waste of your money, of our state's money? Are you ready to take back Kansas from people who don't believe in supporting Kansas children? The biggest testament to getting out and voting became really clear to me last April. I spent the weekend with a lot of you at the Capitol, also with teachers and families. We talked to legislator after legislator about school funding and the value of teacher licensure and due process rights. You all know how that vote went. However, most legislators kept taking the back stairwells and avoiding us. They were saying ridiculous things like teachers are out there crashing planes and expect to keep their jobs, whatever that means, and they couldn't really explain that either. They said a lot of horrible things about teachers, but also about students and parents. They called Title I schools, schools with the highest percentages of students receiving free and reduced lunches, quote, the darkest, direst areas of the state. Ultimately, the comments of 2 legislators summed it up for me that weekend. One said he was told to vote for it, so he would. Great reason. Another said he was voting for it and he didn't care about his constituents. If we didn't like it, don't re-elect him. Are you ready to get these people out of office? I left that night feeling pretty defeated. I felt like democracy wasn't functioning. We did not have enough good people working on behalf of our citizens in the Capitol. I got up the next day, went to work feeling really exhausted. On my way, I heard a radio story one of the representatives saying that teachers should produce or be gone and get test results or be fired. I went into school, and my school, by the way, is one of those dark and dire areas, according to that legislator, and saw every teacher at work, on time, tending to their tasks and greeting children with a smile. These are the same teachers who all weekend long were accused of being lazy, ineffective, uncaring, and negligent. These teachers were disrespected publicly and viciously by the very people elected to represent them. Are we ready to take back our state from people like this? I went into my classroom and had a great moment of clarity. A student with a variety of learning and medical challenges had been struggling with reading for over a couple of years. He had come to me and showed me a page he'd read correctly. This student, despite all of his hard work and progress, is labeled a failure, and I, his teacher, am considered ineffective in the eyes of our governor and legislature. I am being judged by people who lie for a living, pass laws that they haven't read while hiding in the dark of night, and who got their job by winning by less than 200 votes because we thought our vote might not matter. We couldn't be more wrong. Are we ready to take back Kansas? Our students are not the problem. Our teachers are not the problem. Legislators who do not understand and do not care about the needs of our schools and children are the problem. Shame on us if we do not work to elect the right people and allow some to earn their jobs by our apathy. Do you still think your vote does not matter? It matters to my students. It matters to their families. It matters to teachers like me who are working against terrible odds. Now, who's going to get out there and vote in November? Who's going to help take back Kansas?